Pound for pound, oh Hine. Welcome to the United States, Nana Pia. For the records, for the people, precisely so. Tell them who speaks the truth. For the records, who fights for Ghana. For the people. For the records is where truth is fired like a straight shot. Not left, not right. For the people, for Ghana. We will not be silenced, cancelled or erased. We are the reckoning. The reckoning. Rise up, stand tall. Ghana for the people, justice for all. The records, precisely so. Tell them, pound for pound, oh Hine. Welcome to the United States, Nana Pia. For the records, for the people, precisely so. Tell them who speaks the truth. For the records, who fights for Ghana. For the people. For the records is where truth is fired like a straight shot. Not left, not right. For the people, for Ghana. We will not be silenced, cancelled or erased. We are the reckoning. The reckoning. Rise up, stand the records. Precisely so. Tell them, pound for pound, oh Hine. Welcome to the United States, Nana Pia. For the records, for the people, precisely so. Tell them who speaks the truth. For the records, who fights for Ghana. For the people. For the records is where truth is fired like a straight shot. Not left, not right. For the people, for Ghana. We will not be silenced, cancelled or erased. We are the reckoning. The records, precisely so. Tell them, pound for pound, oh Hine. Welcome to the United States, Nana Pia. For the records, for the people, precisely so. Tell them who speaks the truth. For the records, who fights for Ghana. For the people. For the records.
Radi yes was a summit in Abia. Wama beti in Abia Afutuo.
Snabio.
Abia DJ Womu.
Snabia.
Abia Mutuomu.
Yesterday.
Sememu nyawaya mami ya bonya foneme. Sememu bajeti se ya metia gresi. Achoba no ashama eni okwe. Boy. Sememu nyawaya mami ya bonya foneme. Sememu bajeti se ya metia gresi. Eradi Yesu sisani tinabia. Na wama meti nabia Afutuo.
Snapio.
Nabia ebijewo. Nabia Afutuo.
Yesterday.
Sememu nyawaya mami ya bonya foneme. Sememu bajeti se ya metia gresi.
Sememu
Nyawaya mami ya bonya ya foneme. Na sememu bajeti se ya metia gresi. Eradi Yesu sisani tinabia. Na wama meti nabia Afutuo.
Snapio.
Nabia ebijewo. Nabia Afutuo.
Yesterday.
Sememu nyawaya mami ya bonya foneme. Na sememu bajeti se ya metia gresi. Yanante.
Sememu
Bonya ya foneme. Na sememu bajeti se ya metia gresi. Eradi Yesu sisani tinabia. Na wama meti nabia Afutuo.
Snapio.
Nabia ebijewo. Nabia Afutuo.
Yesterday.
Sememu nyawaya mami ya bonya foneme. Sememu bajeti se ya metia gresi. Ye movie.
Sememu
Nyawaya mami ya bonya foneme. Na sememu bajeti se ya metia gresi. Okay. 20 minutes into the show. So 10 minutes already into. All right. All right, Mr. Sabri, sir, Waji Akonya. I will share a year for the records. Now, we are going to make something very clear. And I know you say, me date you kurano. Now, you can't want to say, my name is a date in your corrector. And then 8 January, Madaruma, 8 January, why me the call? So, and then the problem here anyhow. You say, you never nka, it is a benya bibia ka. See a case katechi, no, they say, wabodam. But the Revised Bible can say, nyansafo pe, aneti nyansafo ase. Bisa beti ye Okatakyie Afrifa, me ka asɛm nwene to hɔ na wa nwene ho ankwa akyira. Oti ase a enye yi. The me Okatakyie Afrifa me ka asɛm ɛto hɔ. Na sɛ wa nwene ho ankwa akyira, oti ase a enye yi. So, and I know you ba can say Gold Board Act no be bia ni ho esuma se sameje mfini ni Gold Board na ensuma obi e ma ne nkoto eye gold mre e wo se menua no mu bi ye o na yakohunu section 26-27 so section 26-27 they see a free be licensing. It is our license and automatically translate into say yansuma obi mo nkotomre. It is okay, I can understand. You don't even know what the law, the comprehensive nature of the law. It you to say law the baby dahwa. Instead to look at it holistically. You don't even have the intellectual firepower to be able to do that. Eti diamobeya say obega so Okatakyie no abodam. But it's okay, tonight we are going to make something absolutely clear. That yes, Gold Board only to me biya so odi esika mu biya so nkonko bibia. And we are still going to hammer it with the rule, the law. And bibia Emranua section 3, 46, section 25 funding, bibia funding SECO. And the law was very clear. It was unambiguous. The law was not silent. It drew funding na. Law ne chire bibia funding enko. Now let me also make it very clear. Say the fact that you be ye choose to say ye day a year tree and the bet chere same ama false line for domi market for mano cantonment for mano atiase no and chere say obi a oba be ye disappointed European e kan si susu ya wish rich onim bibia che onim hwe nchen. Let me state it on authority say Yen ye choose to say, we are cast in our image as African, as Ashanti, as a Ghanaian for that matter. For that reason, whenever we get the chance to see about educating the masses on national discourse, we have chosen to do so in a language that the masses will understand. That in any shape or form does not make us lesser of saa nkrofo ya wo mo keka brofo akese hihye kotu akese okurum ho no. And they've used this attitude over the period to intimidate oma wo mu ni eya akukuduro. Say one betimi stand it yetimi to abama obi so wonko parliament as a member of parliament. One come fantipin mi bie, one ko adisa de oni bie, one ko prempe college ni bie, one ko ye wo gasco ne nasefo ni bie nti. Ni ya intimidate no, one national discourse no ase. And they yetimi kan ma ne ko ye say Okatakyie Afrifa no kura won tie adwuma no aye ka say go Okatakyie ntia no ase. And the bachelor what the law says. We still stand by it. Sameje mfidi yesika ma will be a illegality. The law is very clear on that. We will stand by it. Again, and Yera John Dramani Mahama 1 year down the lane. And you man dear why nina come. One namo genchia. He say John Mahama genchia. Woko TV by TV. Yenshu no galam say nina a jai. Come. Eti anonso niema ye ni nyina ye bechere why ye wia obi nkanchere Ashanti Regional Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party say one train man ha na me ne won komo Paul Dieben Donne one train man ha ne won komo. The time has come, see a party and you be taking it serious. The joke is becoming one too many. It ye be this komo no. And come also a best di baako pa ye kenofori ata ne ho nsensem. Ti koma kenofori ata so wo hwe ne ma. Wo gu MPP party nanimu ase. If say wo ye papa dia anka wanim tai. Eti ebedi saa nkomo ne bi. Ye wie nso a ye wura John Dramani Mahama o ka kire ye hye ye bo. Say Kufuado efa 110 ministers. Ene wo genchia manfo ne ntiase baby eso appoint a deputy ministers no assistant din no was a presidential staffers in charge of their bay no appoint a regional organizers also omo presidential staffers in charge of the region but in effect omuji pay said deputy ministers eti frakadama memuo no kakran ye de anyima adwuma ne se meba be praise omo se ba so bi be praise omo a Sameje mfi adwuma no se ba so bi be praise omo a felosofosu kwa achi adwuma no. It is my job to throw light on anyoma ekoso a manfo no bebre no antiase, and that is exactly what I am going to do. Eye owura Rikopoku be ka kire se PMMC aboka and ye be kire mu PMMC omo 2024 eye state owned enterprises report omo release here by Siga. Se omo boka na omo amoka ene ye de bechere gold board ye gina wono a ye be say di nkomo afa Sameje mfi ho. Sameje mfi gold board no che eye cases mako 17 say ya chi omo say omo smuggle good ene pe Sameje mfi report e wo gold board ho no wose wagya cases ni mako 12 oya na ayi domi market fo no yes 12 the other dey na see ye wo mukwachi wo na gold nka na omo yeso da bi se ayi makola for ma no ye no omo yeso we be hwe na bibi fa chire nam se da bi same de wonye sa wonte na emom ye be chirim ama mamfo no atiase. But let me quickly mame Nkansah asem we yentie sa owura we owura yentie no 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 yentie no. Into rapport Yamdo. I don't know why the 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh, sorry. So Yentie Urawi.
You are the corner of home DNB. What I say?
Well, God, there's some agencies say they made profits. In fact, a transactional between Bank of Ghana and the gold bond, but gold bond the Jumedia or yeah, it can be anywhere.
Oh, media means I'm in Nkansah Aboka. media means na baby Nkansah aboka or a young guy ye man opportunity no nya adwuma enya fe na ye ba bedum ni bia what you say ye dum ni jan na dum ni china onyere ne ho nya adwuma na god adwuma de ne ye dey unse honhom semu di god wachi what you say ebi ode kono ebi yirai ebi ode kono okoto honhom de ne bi what you say ene no efiri mu amana anso anase obi ekoka no tokwa ne bi hwie gu ye anase shape we de kono ene bi eye ehwie gu we ni god adwuma ho nsam edoso papa pa menuaba ye ka se ye ka enyewe ti so wa say wo mo ka ni we ye nyina ya giatu ya de ebeka bi ne onya adwuma na mom ye nyina ye wa ha
Paul 1 year Paul, God, there's a major say they made profits. In fact, transactional between Bank of Ghana and the gold bond. But gold bond, you may dear or yeah, it can be anywhere.
Oh, media means a major Nkansah aboka. Media means na baby Nkansah aboka or a young guy. Ye man opportunity no nya adwuma. Enya fe na ye ba bedum ni bia. What you say? Ye dum ni jan na dum ni china. Onyere ne ho nya adwuma na god adwuma de ne ye dey. Unse honhom semu di god wachi what you say ebi ode kono ebi yirai ebi ode kono okoto honhom de ne bi what you say ene no free mu amana anso anase obi ekoka no tokwa ne bi hwie gu ye anase shape we de kono ene bi eye no ehwie
the leadership of MPP minimum uncommon. I think it is high time sir. And there may be a cause within the party. I must not be tolerated at any shape or form. And this guy called Paul Yando must be called to order. I will restrain myself, but Jimino Adolsododo. Forgive me for using that word, but that is the only word that made me aka. When I say Jimino Adolsododo, it is not even about say Obeka Sesame Jemfi Yadiana Onyadi. I don't care. People must have opinions, different opinions within a political party. So even his opinion, say Osusu say Same Jemfi Yadia, he should be able to express it without any fear or favor. That is okay. But what is not acceptable and what is not okay? And necessarily your political party more. All of a sudden, party ane eya akono. Party ana ye friend a crutch for party. And they within the rank and file of NPP no. So wo pe comedian within the political space. You don't call any mean a person. And yes, serial caller now friend no. You are calling the communications director of the NPP in no mean a region as Ashanti region. And he has become a symbol of comedy. And the leadership of the party don't see anything wrong with it. Look at from top of NDC to down. NDC or your officer Ben Obiena no wakasa. The only thing that people can come up with, yes, yes, communications officer of the NPP in Ashanti region. And now said Panwa be a symbol of comedy within the Ghanaian political space. Person we a comedy appear stadium to way or a comedy for political sake in the and he is surviving, he is okay. But you cannot occupy a position as Asante Regional Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party. And anytime you better on our radio and TV so no, then it's about concert. Afro Asante Regional Communications Director, National Discourse, Brabe Kembi. And it should be clear with the direction the nation is going. What did you know that the concert? And I go to na home bonia juma and I go to na bay forum so they can be here. You don't do research, you don't do anything. Gradually making the MPP look like a laughing stock as a party. person your comedy. Go and do comedy in Ghanaian politics. It is okay, but you cannot hold a political office such as a communications director of the NPP in Ashanti region and doing what you are doing. Niya Fre Ashanti Regional Communications Director of the party. Brabeka bi niya who the direction of mine echo. And look at the concert he's doing. And nobody sees anything wrong with this. Such a character says he wants to be the Ashanti Regional Secretary. Ashanti Region no ne churo for MPP no the stronghold no ne churo for no abeye symbol of comedy in Ghanaian politics. Na time the yen sa no. Poyando wotu why na wan this ma obi na no no kasa wo ye concept sew. No. Anyama tantan be ye party no a na wotu won sa na ayi FF antomo ye party no Ashanti Region ke be wakono amo join. Afro as communications director of the NPP in Ashanti Region. Me hu ye kwa ye research. Oba and you speak to issues. The NPP a drum pempenso a concert nko a. Yes, you can him therefore party you can party and crofo kon do so mo be join ya MPP and then we are struggling to even get tertiary institutions. Because you allow kwasi asem over the years. Ashanti Regional Communications Director. Friend radio so say brabeka political nsem no ye kan brabeka bi. When you why your research, one man who communication a directorate you know a poly resources amount. To kasa you speak to fact, you speak to points. What the other concept ye and the abojo so na poyando what is this? Yet meet na kuroma say mani dum pempensuo bia. Si ye pe obi oba be ye concept wo Ghanaian politics mu a whole chairman of Ashanti Region. Chama bompaya maye toriak. Etika onu kura na ye mistake ya. Communications director the nka you speak to issues with common sense. I'm a party in your party. Now the middle class don't even want to associate themselves with MPP. Party do baby na Professor Kwaku amodia wo mo kon do so mo be join the party. Wo ye MPP ni che Kwaku aza. MPP ni che kwasi prempe. But nyoma kan nyoma tantan say ya mujama leadership on the yes yes wo ye communications director of Ashanti Region. Now your friend radio so concert nko and gradually he is becoming the image of the party within the region. And you want the youth of the party, the youth of Ghana to join such a party? Maybe na Ghana mine nipa no bebre nko school nti the logical reasoning wasn't that high. O hwe nim therefore party, FF Antomo party, Chema Mankwamo party. Na say no mba be ye concert to Ashanti Region aka wo yando so wanka be ye ofam wa ba be bi. E de be na mo ye ne sa na de be no. No. If you want to do this kind of concert, Obian stop your politics is yours, but you cannot occupy that position you occupy and be doing what you are doing. Such a character says, I want to be the next secretary of the Yamobo. Now, Wababe is secretary of Ashanti Region, MPP. Na ye pe comedian wo Ghanaian politics amena ka asema mi asra ni akofre secretary of Ashanti. What kind of a joke are we entertaining in our party like that? And ye dey no. Our concert be no. And the leadership of the party menu akodu amotu wona mo hwe akwa we so yes concert. Party ni mu ye ho nya akono sisi. Ye bompa ese ye betimi a reason ama manfo no kon ado. Ni afra be can national issues. The issues of national concern, a whole Ashanti Regional communication, TNC Muna Waka.
What the Juma Hon some Edos, Papa, Miniaba, your cousin a car, anyway. See, so I say, what more can we, Yajatu, Ya dear Becca Binde, on your Juma, the Momina Yawaha,
Paul, 1 year, Dan Omitia Brown, you know, say the best performing CEO, the Nkansah Sami Jemfi. What best performing CEO, you why?
Sami Jemfi.
Now, best.
Oh,
any gold bond, but gold bond, the Jume Dia or yeah, it can be any wow.
Oh, media means Sami Jemfi Nkansah Aboka. Media means baby Nkansah Aboka, or a young guy. Your man opportunity, no near Juma. And you're afraid now, you're Baby Dumni. What you say? You Dumni Jan and Dumni China. Only know who you're Juma. Good, your Juma, dear, nay, day. Who's there whom some would be good with it? What you say? Every day, corner, a be right. Every day, corner, or quarter home with the enemy.
What nonsense? What nonsense of is that? Any idea? And this is supposed to be the Ashanti Regional Communications Director of the MPP. Say, Ebi Odebano, a Koto Hum, Ebi Odebano, Ebito Pumuna, and Yadebano. Why are we turning our party into a joke? President Kufuor party now, what the Ashanti region war, 77 previous, Jimmy San, and Yabano. Ah? Yani Yaya against a party in Baby Abedun, some of the things we probably won't say it in public. And you be a friend in and the party gradually is losing its image. Motuana mu blame H kwesi prempene Franklin Kujumone J H kwesi prempene say Professor Azam say omon ka bi mamo. How can one can be amamu when mu behave tantansi? I'm sorry, I'm the money bra kosue who communications director want to mean your research and speak to issues. Now sorry, I'm the money bra kosue Professor Kwaku Azaso. So 1 year ye tria Professor Kwaku Azamoka. See ye tria Professor Kwaku Azamoka enti no maka Manu atuma. Ni entia ba mu 8 years. Ada no man hwe omo. Ye de say you gina hensa so wonya sa adwuma no. Enye ne yire no one ne kokoma ne gi ho japade nyina. As a party ni hwe so fo no bia ye de ope. Nyonkon so ti ho. Wo ba ya wo bu amamuo. Kenoforiata. Ken baby a wo di ade na mu wo gu party nanimu ase. Wo gu party nanimu ase. Wo gu party nanimu ase. Etikan dane wonsa anasa resign. Men resign tintintiniti. Men resign tintintiniti. No gina faako. Kenoforiata resign na party no baby MPs mago afedie mintimi nyame ma ho. Ntimi nya ma ho na de wagya o makoro no ho akwa akotena buruchiri. Say ya ne ya che okura ne ade a wo ye papa nko anim nte. Ah? Ya che o ne egu nko wani asia. The fact that you have refused to even to come and answer to your questions, it goes ahead to dent the image of the MPP as though MPP are Kromfo party. Mo ye ka kire mo. Enya matan time be na mo ye ne saa. I will be a suru be out. Yani ya adwene se party no eni mebo ba ni mebo wa esem panimfo timi sebre wo manoka second for yata wabu man no ye na wa ye niam na wunwia ya bra be yi wano keke eno so akwa ebu achi bidi go party nani mo asesa go party nani mo asesa wo bia ntimi nka no kore ama MPP party ne nya kono bio adai ah edi ne ma na mo ye ne sa no adai wabu amamuo papa bra ne be yi wano ne ntimi build the confidence in the party against ye buy ni ya mewia obia fenentete na me ma na me yare na wo yare a wani masuaso akora kufu e ka say resign wani masuaso when it was so visible so wo yare ya ka say resign mo man nipa ho tete no because party no mon care about them benya from nyina manya wi nchirima na mom yebre esi MPP party ni nya akono middle class of the country ne person be join MPP Cause of sebi nneɛma hunu tantanya Poyando ɛne ne nkrɔfo sɛ wuntumi yɛ the whole region ahyɛ wo nsa. Wobɛyɛ a symbol of comedy. Minyi gold nkyerɛ no ayi gold ato table so, and nobody could tell him say, hey my friend, we don't do that in this party. The moment to presidential abani nwie. Miana ma ye din say sa presidential abano me pese me ye part of it nti ye gyan. Yanto presidential abani nwie. Ni enhwe say mo na mo be choose leaders, and I say we the youth will choose the leaders for you. We the masses, we the grassroots, we will choose the leaders. Ashanti region will be a bema when you cook and cooperate near where we should see kakwa. Cause ye penny munyam or party no. Ashanti region nanka secretary no one menya magi say, but Poyando can never be the secretary of Ashanti region. And him go assembly no. Moma yan sebri ya non kano kura party na party ne ya yetan. Enya akono. Yeso son ne mafunu tantan so. Why in the way this more kasa tse Poyando? Tell me one person. From a chairman to the last person. Tell me one single person who hold the office within the NDC or be another kasa and people laugh like Poyando. What nonsense is that? Mama, you move on. Now to the issue of a year gold board. Urasa mejamfi ye still a ye jina ho. Ye say Ghana to me be a new ho. So suma will be a son to go to. And when I have made a legitimate argument, an argument that is absolutely clear, na menyam krofo bi say wo mo nu mumu educate Afrifa on the law simply because me di twi na kire mu ma so for line for na force for na tiase. So they say they are educating me on the law. So one more argument and say, yeah, one more who say, yes, under section 26 and 27, there is licensing of aggregators. So because we are licensed here, automatically that licensing transcends into so we agent of the state. How did we get here? Does the Gold Board Act allows for licensing of aggregators? Yes. Does the Act allows for a year funding, handing over the state money to aggregators? No. Does he allow them so turning them into a purchasing agent of the Republic? No. The law is loud, the law is clear, and the law is binding. Already Section 3, Section 3 is stated the core function of Gold Board, which is non-delegable. You think you know the law more than I do? Section 3.2 says automatically, also Gold Board has the sole authority to purchase and sell gold from miners other than any large-scale mining. Very clear, very unambiguous. It's a sole authority. It means an exclusive jurisdiction. It means non-transferable jurisdiction. It's a Gold Board into me appointing any private company say on Konkoto. Almost a Koko section 26, 27. It is a material Afrifa near say Santiago na yesi wi amoase me na metonwa ewo ho nyina obi ani tumi so otonwa obi ani tumi so otonwa. It is the idea of license and say enam say me no metonwa no mintimi enko ye ade ni friend say enko sesa nwa no by myself nti yes ye ne he ayi kofi o say kadache metimi asesa nwa ne biabo me say no problem o ko sesa bi ba beto. The difference between Okosisa Biba and Meto, which is licensing, and the entire license under section 26 and 27, is for regulatory purposes, regulatory function. It does not automatically transcend into a physical and as a financial function. It's a Kofio says, or Kwaku should be the Abremia. I don't know. The only reason TML license is the modalities within which SU operates and one hour walk of Abano. Someone essay yet essay titia, essay. It's a licensing for by your regulatory or more activities within the space. But the very moment I may mean bottom Sikadia Suma Kofi as a coffee, Konne Kokoto a young Wabremeno. It creates what we call a principal and agent relationship, for which liability will lie in the event that there is any encumbrances. And I sit there and I make a coherent argument to this effect. And you tell me, so until the air cost on us. Yes, we bet me a license will be. Oko hwehwe bi ba meto. Oko hwehwe bi ba na meto na wo kona so obi yakronfo ji usika ekwan a. Emfa me ho. Because man fa misika ma wo. But the very moment I be take state in sika dia mo obi say, kwana koto brand, if there is any encumbrances, liability will lie on the state. When the law wanted to fund any activity within the Gold Board Act, Section 31E was very clear on who gets funding. It says that it shall provide funding for small-scale miners in the form of equipment. The act is very direct. It supports miners, not aggregators, not middlemen, not politically selected companies. So nobody should come and sit here and say, we do not understand it because Section 26 and 27 says licensing. On one summit, so Walker said there is no license in this country. We get the benefit of aggregators because the law did not contemplate funding of aggregators. It is the creation of Sammy Jamfi and the Gold Board, which is an illegality. It is a crime being perpetrated on the people. Section 25(2) talks about funding for minors, not you can't say. And you tell me, so until the year can I say, what kind of arrogance of power is this? Because we do not go around behaving like bourgeois class, some disappointed Europeans who speak all the big English in tea. What nonsense I remember the Act was very clear on who is a beneficiary. Minors. It does not need any interpretation. Funds are supposed to, if in the contemplation of the framers of the act, they wanted to fund aggregators, they would have been very direct and very clear underfunding. Makwakwa to hold the aba and a moamu chesikedi. Ekachere say, yes, licensing war under. When Gold Board gives our money to an aggregator before the gold is delivered, that is not support. That is not policy. That is illegality. Akasiam say yempasa yebe yesa mo de brofoni ade ni hwehwe amanfo na as though as a munim ade ane hwahwan. Lord man kwa nkosu asem pesa me lawyer. That is not the purpose for me entering into law school. Yentie Samijafi, yentie no.
Ability criteria for the aggregator license in 2025. That is why Bower Rock is the only person as at now to have been licensed as an aggregator of the Gold Board. But that license application and approval process that the board of Gold Board, the governing board of Gold Board does, not Sami Jenfi as CEO. Sami Jenfi as CEO and management only recommends. The board grants approval for aggregator license. That process is an ongoing process. It has not terminated. So today we can have one aggregator. Tomorrow we may have 0 because we can even revoke his license or suspend his license. Tomorrow we can have 10 because 10 people can meet our eligibility criteria. So people say, Bawa is the only one buying gold. They don't understand. They lack information. We have 900 licensed buyers, all of whom buy gold. Then they say, why is he only the aggregator? He's the only aggregator because he's the only one who has met the eligibility criteria. Let me tell you something. When we say an aggregator, what do people understand by that? There is nothing, there is no license in Ghana that enjoys the benefits of an aggregator license. Some say, have you heard? That is why Bower Rock is the only person as at now.
There is no license in this country that enjoys the benefit of an aggregator license. So NPA license will be a NPA and the finance many panel. How does licensing automatically transcend into financing? The only reason it is so under Gold Board is because it is a creation of Sami Jamfi and the Gold Board, which is an illegality. Now I'm making argument to where to what. Before I make the argument, I have looked at comprehensively what the law says. If within the ambit of the law wanted to say fund you, go back. Within the purview of the law, if the law wanted to fund aggregators, the law would have been very direct. Sami Jamfini no crofo ako create system wa omodi ye sika mu obi no magic kakra nchobu no omodi. And you say Mabeka say yeah gold board no one suma obi aso onkoto. Yes, gold board doesn't send anybody say koto breme. Or license so oh wow call bi na hwe bi ba dia meto. Just so the yemfa ye sika ma enti wo kono bibi to kwa mu anu nye yasem. Because licensing is just a regulatory function and your finance and your free. Some of them match re mra wo gina so odi sika eye obi foforo so nkoto ade mra. In the event class unu obi co contractor mra no was very clear say so unu obi co contractor say any panel publish it the requirements in the gazette. Where is the gazette? Where are they published? Where published terms only within the law way. Section 27.2, it tells you, where is it? Where is the legal basis for giving state money to aggregators? Does it exist? You have some question where you ask, Katechine and the Ekosu or Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board no ase. Amemo kan kaya mubu no na mementi ase na wana ti ase. Amemo no amubu amemo kan kan because me bana me bedi nkomo a me nkeke kabrofo nti. Mos momo trim amemo no ase cheme. Amemo be na mo ti ase. I chose to go down to the level of the people by using the analogy of a Goro boy. Because that is what so for life for Betias here. Even if you Gold Board wanted to enter into any such agreement, Section 42 says that for transparency's sake, you must publish the agreement to the Ghanaian people. As it stands in agreement in a way. One Bar Rock agreement in a way. Me aso so nkwasi asem so because Sami Jamfi ba eye show so a ye kokko ye research near the ama Sami Jamfi na Sami Jamfi abetra no awatre. He is the communications officer of the NDC. Oba show so a they pull out all manner of resources and research bia near the ama no abetra no awatre. Oratre years you and Sami Jamfi abin to otenioma ase e Okatakyie Afrifa. Yema be na ati ase. And Yama Ben what yes here. The PMMC model na wo run ya in Section 75 was very direct and very clear. Said by the coming into force of the Gold Board Act, Section 75 says that there is a repeal of the PMMC Act. So anything you do that seeks to rest on the model of PMMC is illegitimate and illegality. I'm a trying to come from Timothy one thing your man wa ekona say. Nyama be na mo ya menti ase. In contemplation of Parliament, or more passing Manu, or man can see and fear can come ubia. Journey arrogance of power saying fine he could see him because the law is very clear on this. Licensing aggregators is legal, yes, but delegating the state purchasing authority to the aggregators is illegal. Financing aggregators is illegal. Creating a principal-agent relationship between the two is illegal. There no arrogance of power na mo nya tumi kakra. Mo dwe se mo te de mo ye nyina ase. Ya ye tie kire ne enti ase. Ya na mo ya ye enti ase. Sami Jamfi was what Gold Board for. Muntie no.
48 hours after announcing the end of a grace period for foreign nationals in the gold trade, Gold Board is cracking down. CEO Sami Jamfi says some foreign traders have defied the directive and now a 10-man Chinese syndicate operating from a private residence in Asankragua has been busted.
10 of them who were hiding somewhere in Asankragua in the western region, were hiding in a private residence. So we got gold of about 1.3 kg. We got cash of about 1.3 million. So what they do is that they convert the money into casino cars. Casino cars we got, these are not all. We have a lot of them. These are not all. And when you see a casino card like this, it is money. And they are so important to them so that the casino cars were in this two huge safes that we can make available to you for you to photograph. And these are the the pieces of the gold bars that we got from them. You can see that for them to have been able to convert the gold into this form, it means that they have a foundry.
Where Sami Jemfi, Mumusa Sami Jemfi say way. Any pan watch it woman away. Sami Jemfi that do way by say gold board uncovers gold smuggling syndicate. And what hey Mumusano. Mumusa Sami Jemfi says any power with 3 suspect gold smugglers arrested Omuway case in Akodri. Mumusa Sami Jemfi says national security arrest 25 of illegal gold trade case in Akodri. Sami Jemfi no gold board no. Ana wano atworo ha the second quarter report or the buy ana atworo ha the second quarter report. Wo hwe ba bia ya atworo legal cases in Asia. Also during the quarter, the legal directorate handled 17 criminal cases. Of the 17 criminal cases that were instituted, 12 of them were discontinued. Mumusa Sami Jemfi said, on what basis did he discontinue such cases? Huh? Mumusa Sami Jemfi said, on what basis did he discontinue such cases? Oh, yeah, domain market for man, so Samia na weye bui, Samia na weye bui, because we be mono na ayi buachi bidi. Nam so Sami Jemfi de onko bibia. But Mumusa Sami Jemfi say the reason here or they discontinue cases in the NSA. Dress mummy asonko didi na fa he kosi he na good board na Okatakyie. What kind of nonsensical arrogance of power is that? I mean, to so be a maintain administration, maintain governance, and leadership. I say, Emamo, simply because I come and sit here and I'm a country. A country because I'm a man for the better. Line up your finest brains within your party, any day, anytime. Not in any rehearsed portfolio. Let them meet me any day, anytime on any topic of their choice. And let's see if any of you will stand my intellectual firepower. You are creating the image say because me catch you in it. I say more pain and more pain and fire. A big tie a big bunny. A dear no. A baby. Sami Jemfi be ko interviewer. You pull all resources in there. A year you man no about betrase. No rata. You so Sami Jemfi do abi or be dear bay. Men am your communications officer of the NDC. And I'm what the whole NDC communication machinery behind me. A dear resources na mean to me pull. Famon say hunu so ho ne anwe ho say mo de brofo intimidating crofo okuru mo no Leera John Dramani Mahama me won so wo interview wonam wo je fans aka kire mo so wo temo adwene no ase efe your mama ko interview na man ya range dwomfo man bi no ma kugino ne e boje so fe and you can't say stand up. You are doing well. Because in politics, optics really do matter. And this kama you just is what they call politics, perception is equally important as reality. So if stand up when they call for the Jomama Genchia, Omudis Wamadi Jomama Genchia. Because in the optics, the people will look at, the people will see. And say he is loved. In your opportunity in see baby, dear baby. See muhunun kwa. Emomono yegusu aye biene fine. Before some call the main point so me catch them how Sami Jemfi enka no kore. Me catch them how Sami Jemfi enka no kore. And the last time me can be catch them say muntie sa with you, muntie sa video.
Has been blocked. He's not allowed to participate in the process. Meanwhile, there is this Mr. Roger Frimpong Kwaku in the gold board operations, who also, has a connection with this kind of investigations by the OSP. If you appreciate what I just mentioned, and you have seen this, what's your explanation?
We see these things, but we don't respond because we are very busy people doing an important job for the nation. We don't have to. It's a joke. Listen, Roger Kwaku is not licensed by the Gold Board to do anything. He's not a licensee on the Gold Board. Roger Kwaku only consults for Bawa Rock. He helps he works with Bawa Rock.
Okay, so
now this Roger Kwache.
So hold on. Sami Jamfia Num was they said Roger Kwache, the so-called Roger Kwache, works for Bawa Rock. Tienye, ti Sami Jamfi. The so-called Roger Kwache, he works for Bawa Rock. On working, and this same Roger Kwache, no, if we are metro quiet for Sami Jamfi on Kanokore. And because he calmly submits what he submits, and then Chamon Treko, I know that and Tiboko. The same Roger Kwache Sami Jamfi says on count, me wabe chira wadi. Muntie Sami Jamfi.
Is managing director for a company called Goldstrom. And Goldstrom was one of the aggregators under MIF's Gold for Reserve program. They were giving money. By the end of 2024, MIF wrote a demand letter to them that they had some outstanding payments to make. The company has paid MIF in full. And I've seen acknowledgement letters from MIF showing that Goldstrom has paid. Now, that one employee of the company is consulting for Bawa Rock, and that is an issue. A company that has not committed a crime, a company that is not under investigation, is not being prosecuted, has settled all its bills to MIF, and you're saying that its employee cannot work for a private company. So it is not as if Roger Kwache even works for the Gold Board or is licensed by the Gold Board. He has done nothing. That guy is a great resource. When you want to talk to somebody about gold trading in Ghana, he's one of the go-to persons. And I think that people should just stop this attitude of running people down with lies. It doesn't help anybody.
Okay.
Sami Jamfi a chapter with confidence. Sami Jamfi said the said Roger Kwache no one part of a year Gold Board and a consultant for Bawa Rock. Just so you know, there is a syndicate to steal from the people. This is a year finance ministry. Inaugurating a year the technical team of a year. Your friend is saying Gold Board. Roger Kwache na esha asiye Roger Kwache, the finance team, a technical team of a year Gold Board. Roger Kwache and the D esha asiya. And then Sami Jamfi say Roger Kwache ne nyajumama Gold Board. Such a character, you trust him? Here my Joe online report. Roger Kwache din esha asiye as part of a year the technical team of Gold Board. And the same person now, a technical team member of Gold Board, is also consulting for Bawa Rock. Is that no conflict of interest? You are falling in love with your oppressors to the point that when we are drawing your attention, say, you are being oppressed in a very nice way. Na Sami Jamfi wo twamotro kura mu so twamotro. Sami Jamfi say Roger Kwache enye part of wanya adwuma ma Gold Board na consult ma Bawa Rock. Meanwhile, this same Sami Jamfi, Roger Kwache wo share mu finance ministry abonidin so were part of a technical team of Gold Board. Na mompa se ebie money. Now mompa se ebie money dia. Made a public announcement, Madama. We have no biane mameko. No biane mameko. When meko a yawa wasemwa. Because the American biane and correct. It will never qua a yawa wasemwa. When meko your mama buy ye war jinchia. My ya dear papa war jinchia. Aye, your mama, Mama say Manuel. We are seeing your mama. I John dear. Would need size. Your mama need size you. She will call radio interview. Come. Mama say Manu. Why? Your mama buy ye. Say me no work say. Transformation a bagana. Yes sir. 1 year on no galam say na jai. So say Joy yes wo ba obey you su a year artificial intelligence. Where May 2024 I will use artificial intelligence to fight galamsey. It is a no say John use artificial intelligence. He say galamsey nsuo ni nyina ni atenwan. They say illegal mining is now a myth. Ni Ghana nsuo nyina come. 1 year down the lane. Your mama wa man sure ni ati wan 1 year down the lane your mama buy and double track ni nyina free ho akufo ado double track no na enye na bon no kan your mama buy we sisi dan akese 1 year wa to blog 1 year just a double track ni nyina ya no great free ho ti emo ye nsema your mama buy ye Sam George LGBT samuka Sam George ai and Sam George no anu fight say LGBT ni ade no and Sam George LGBT mumusa say away Sam George way and that LGBT ni hwe so obu ni sisi
you hold away
eti your mama buy ye shake your waist e say LGBT no was sign bill no won pe omanim kura ahwe poof ekọ e say so source nyina twam contract nyina transparent kama gold body die transparent kama your mama buy ye wa appoint ni nua bia wa ba mu no family no friends bibia ni ho your mama buy ye neutral senkwa in spirit from a year ayi bomfa na memwo no ni nua bia nim your mama buy ye okuje to Ablakwa ayi ni true say mirror of justice okachire ye say won benya 21 billion okuje to Ablakwa so won benya 21 billion ora na ba ora ene okuje to Ablakwa mo jiska ni nyina ora ene ye nia breke no foriata mai kan ko an ska ni nyina won ho na aside kan foriata no menim se sadinam tamakulu no ya anchene for corruption ya na waban a waba wo so wo ba be fight corruption then this aban no say what discontinue cases of a year Collins Dauda what discontinue cases of a year Opuni what discontinue cases ya find prima facie case against them also what discontinue cases and what just aban need so ba fight corruption 1 year down the lane or na 20 billion amaye no receipt no audit but the money is somewhere probably in the same vote the Ark of Covenant gumuno sana oro anaje isika mai kama your mama buy no bibia de nakwem your mama buy no a year 24-hour economy na started youth unemployment poof morning shift evening shift midnight miracle just they say nkola ye adwuma wo mabre ebitimi ye adwuma kwa anopa wi anwumre no wo mabre bitimi omotimi edidi ka mu nyina omokwa adwuma because eso run shift 1 year 24-hour economy no aye adwuma aye kama attack on journalists so ajai your mama prices of goods and services no say your mama buy no dollar na ekosoro it prices of goods and services and so aba form as they say kenke gakomi you turn 1 cedi gari olonka 1 cedi a liter of oil 2 cedi transportation from Pokwasi to Accra no they say 1 cedi ni nyina bibia ye kama they say Kwame Nkrumah ensaman kura no waye nani age kama Kwame Nkrumah ebusa say where dey sama anya hwe o Kwame Nkrumah sama anya hwe Sameja mfi electricity no a user of the tariffs no a wo mode ba no Sameja mfi ese aba ese electricity no enrane ese ba omia meters ni nyina ye twetwam Sameja mfi de no odi aba no utimi usua na wa bre no afre ECG fo se ECG mesra mo me light na esi so dodo ntimu num no why ese branche ni nyina nya adwuma ye nurses fo anya adwuma yo teacher fo anya adwuma ye graduate fo unemployed graduate bia ni ba bi ha obia ye employed seremo bibia sem jo mama bayi bibia economic liberation waba na yenko tie eye ono ankasa ne nkrofo anu asem owura Franklin Kujo let me state here that video na ye bebo no there is some niema bia entwe Franklin Kujo health-wise. We don't care about that. That is not why we are here. The Mahama and Memone Ekoyi, eti Franklin Kujo. No, say what charge your Mahama chino. Was you ora no crowd? You say ya Jessica Nina, young Kunguti Franklin Kujo. Franklin, what am I saying?
We're promoting Nora. We're the ones who actually raise all our hopes, right? And so our hopes have been raised, and now we are. And I don't think we've matched the. We've matched the not rhetoric. We've matched the reality as against expectations, and I worry because you see, going into next year, look, the government needs to. People will start complaining, and I think the complaints will become a lot more if they don't see quick prosecutions. I worry greatly that we are moving at a very slow pace, and things are not happening. Of course, certain cases are being seen and heard, but I suspect that there'll be a lot of firepower coming through the heads of the various, should I call it, the Attorney Generals of it. And maybe, you see, what I also thought should have been done, I suspect that maybe this is what the Attorney General should actually do. Maybe they should actually recruit a lot more, should I call them?
Franklin, could you say, in the Niaji, and I just know Kawangaza, or see what Rafonwa J. Frankly, now was saying your men moving so slow than you were expecting. 1 year down the lane, your team will be on court on corruption issues within the Akufo-Addo government. And no more divert more attention for Riatana eyes are channel. Now eyes are channel, eyes in would deport no about say, whoa, you unconquer fight your case. Never them. Where's your bufu? Make us a your mama ya dear no so bufu. Ubufu when said the military win in eye and your ma 1 year yet. Memono a kill net tabai. Now, theatrics in the dorsal. Monsieur Akufo-Addo by first year, where you never say ya. Michelle says I make us all happy from so, and our time Akufo-Addo no years, maintain your mama maintain. When I see the realities of government as opposed to what the optics shows, I need to be able to tell the people that it is up to nothing. Because I see the Nukuranwa, yes, the CD is strong against the dollar, a knee-jerk reaction to solving issues. I can tell, I can see. If there is any international shocks, if there are any external shocks, the economy will crash down. Because a long-term solution to problems. Knee-jerk reaction. Knee-jerk. But the better amount for what you say, if you say, I'm a co-interview here, man in France, and I'm saying, stand up by Juma, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Yenya be now or that him for someone shouting jame. I was better when him say politics in one. And politics, optics do matter. It is a LGBT was signed. Doom so yeti chroma say ayi woba ye was say e-levy enye oda ne ho an okofa doom so levy buy. Ama e say yen kan wasem bi ye refi say the doom so levy aba. Ayi akoya your friend say abranti akoya no kitikiti feleso fusu kwache the doom so levy aba yen kan wasem your mama ti chroma say was o e-levy nye a sports betting tax o say de nye wo yi betting tax fu an okofa sports ho ahwan buy. I'm saying so ni nyina je say yenti arise Ghana for na we eye wo mu ankase wo mu nipa arise Ghana ni NDC for you will be obey arise Ghana be we NDC ni J ne ye list one na puku NDC for arise Ghana be any baby a na yenti age yenti no
of Galamsey. I think we've been very clear in the past that it's an existential threat to all Ghanaians, including those of us seated here and those of you who are broadcasting. We would expect that the president continues with the good work that they are doing, not only with the gold board, because note, if there's no incentive to go and dig, no one will mine. If the gold board stops the smuggling of gold and aggregating of gold is done, our economy will improve and Galamsey will stop. And we believe that the president will not and must not shield anyone. We want to also entreat the Speaker of Parliament, who has indicated that he will not shield any Galamsey MPs, to take his word and mean it and act upon it. Oral is operation recover all the loot and not some of the loot. And so we would want all the loot to be recovered. But we've listened to the Ghanaian people. We continue to listen to the Ghanaian people. So you will join us when we go to the American Embassy.
Operation recover all loot to be
to allow
recover all loot to be. All loot to be. Mobile ma recover the here. Meanwhile, no more be a real Ghana sika. Monchichi MPP is not a breeding grounds for criminals, and it is very clear. It is obi a real Ghana sika. Monchichi omungum. Na munya a court of public opinion. If the member will be no obedient ne sabako Ghana sikam, ebe real Ghana sika we no see because of joining MPP. Tiamra me defended will be defended. Then so munya court of public opinion na ye di cases in war a ye medium na mon form ngura court. Won't prove it beyond reasonable doubt because these are criminal cases. I tell you, a trono dorsal, kill net 7 dorsal. Now yet to chroma say ma a year ura John Dramani Mahama catches a Kwadwo abino 110 ministers one bida. It was not buying about where you lean government dear or baba ye nioma come. 1 year 110 ministers. It John Mahama John Ufa say was only for 57 ministers. Yamu and Manuel shia. Or Dan and Yano whisper good Julius Debrasum. Hey Jay, profound your montiasiu. And everybody wa Fabra na fan sure yen changing the dino. Say by ya or montiasi. Ampa na Papa Jay so the co Papa Jay koya na ya change bidding. Ebine say wafa Ashanti region, wafa all regional ministers. And so wafa deputy regional ministers. Because when you kobo omudin so omu deputy regional ministers epe. Yemom di obey so obesesa omudin. Every deputy regional ministers no aka say presidential staffers in charge of the region into all the 16 regions, you know. Or the aye party no organizers are presidential staffers in charge of the region. Our muji pay equally as deputy ministers. From the inception of this republic, you know, and can be who ye salaries of chief of staff, and son of cabinet ministers, presidential, senior presidential advisors. Your mama by ye was say one shut down two moody advisor. Hey, Miami no to kono see, Utimi Manu a year a presidential special dear to agric near a substantive agric minister or now waba ye young Congo dini 24-hour economy ya ayaya mutui. Your mama instead of appointing a minister in charge of 24-hour economy because it was a major policy of John Mahama's campaign. Or cast a minister there and we are mobecheno. It you mobekanya ministers and when yasa it any ever friend say Uragusitano a presidential advisor on 24-hour economy. Tia boy and some man or 57 ministers. John Wo, nice. Nemono on the minister in charge of 24-hour economy, presidential advisor in charge of 24-hour economy. We appointed presidential advisor. Jomama appoint Ura Francis Dodu as presidential advisor, national anti-corruption program. You were a interior minister. You were national security minister. You were a attorney general. Corruption no see fight here. Say institutions winning here. Instead so bebo we din so ye minister or say there be me boni din so ye minister on bekan aka ho etiane me friend the national anti-corruption program a presidential advisor the mum ni pay no it will be the same as that of minister cabinet minister. Presidential advisor be pay equated to that of cabinet minister. And so your mama so one friend sa or friend sa mo beche no your mama says of onya friend deputy minister sa mo beche. The SYN said quickly, your deputy chief of staff, Mienu, if I am me and so crano, and you are another is a tekwe, a presidential advisor, Nana Yajan a presidential advisor, Beatrice, one year presidential advisor, just who could do communication wing of a year the presidency, 1 million per 60. BIGP as Uncle Fuko, we are deputy ministers. Your mama saw from deputy ministers. And the lean government now soon a fruit docoche. Cabinet level salaries in a sound of way tiki. And so your mama saw nya from ministers and the deputy ministers. Mobile chin one from ministers and the deputy ministers. Senior presidential advisor for governmental affairs, Dr. Valerie Soya, and also advisors for the economy, national anti-corruption, diaspora affairs, Nina ho. And son Wenyaba at the office of the vice president. Vice president and also another 5 policy advisors. Vice president no Honkwa. President need decline so be appointed deputy regional ministers because he abetcheno. And so appointed 16 presidential staffers. Omunyana deputy ministers. One Muhammadi is a deputy minister. Mese Kionet aban bi and we chen aban we. Minister in charge of agribusiness wo ho. Ani asa abom yanga za menua pitabu am otoku no nanka menenu a wonya atumi won frame hwe director of presidency also responsible for agriculture and agribusiness. So this is not efficiency. This is duplication. This is duplication of jobs. But wonya yasa pe mo beche no. Die no wonye. Wonya bo omudi so mo ye presidential ministers am beche no. Into your 1 presidential advisor on media, your 1 communications consultant, your 4 directors of communication, 5 deputy directors, your 2 communication specialists, 5 technical communication assistants, 1 media aide, an assistant media liaison officer. Entering a basin in Mahama and teaming for a list of the presidential staffers at the Jubilee House, will teaming for Parliament in Kolei. And these are the pertinent issues that I want to draw your attention to. Beyond the pump and pageantry, these are the pertinent issues I want to draw your attention to. Nobody is paying attention. Huh? And so your mama by was to a terminate a year appointment of Unkola Bebre. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. We are said there is no MPP Ghana, there is no CPP Ghana, there is no NDC Ghana. Or meanwhile, behind the scenes, the way you know, and yet to a man 1 year drew a year end of the year. All of a sudden, a buy also buy and a Kwadwo running or mine down. I won't nisika. We ni ho. Or Babetuo here bubro. So Babetuo here bubro. Now, young conqueror. Young conqueror there are 2 forcing. Are 2 war forcing. One in the same Samijan Fia, young conqueror. It you confronted the painful truth here. The market for Manu, Momra Meti. Afutuo ye no ato forcing. Oh, ya $1 no ya wo cedi ni ya $1 ya wo cedi. Ya wo ni nyine chi ewie no. Die ntia nkrofo antimi amadwomu ameto de oma ne se. Teacher fo na anka ebe abetu omu ka omu usu. Nyame na meka, me wi amebo teacher fo no achiro. We live in a country where the pocket is dry. The stomach is empty. And somehow, no, miraculously, Yetiminya finance minister, ya Keselato forcing, yes, what chair, what ye the new philanthropist, generosity, what chair, a more say, wa. Now, watch a more chesika, one found call a hospitals, one found co schools, one found command nurses, the Ninjan what the politics. It is one more, or the command. See 200 bags of rice every constituency, 276 constituency. Kesel ato forcing, eche omo 200 bags of rice. Omaya team. Owie in yama NDC constituency chairman bia 5,000 Ghana cedi. Owie in yama NDC constituency executive bia across the nation 270 no per the structure no. Omoya more than 15. Yama each and every one of them 2,000 Ghana cedi. And when you small money, you be breaking down what you say. Yema obia 2,000 Ghana cedi. Yema a year chairman 5,000. Yes, is can you It is a 200 bags of rice. And the chair constituency be 200 bags them 276 constituencies. Mwankasa monya mu calculation. Mwankasa monya mu calculation. Mwankasa 276 times a year 200 bags. So as a matter of fact, it's a lot of forcing. What 55,200 bags of rice this Christmas. It is a way calculation average Libiano bag of rice acquire 700 Ghana cedi. Yanya calculation. If bag of rice is 700 Ghana cedi times 55,200 bags. Omanya isi niska yentimi ntua teacher foka yentimi ntua nurse foka yese kesela to forcing bags of rice 200 bags per constituency. It is a way of calculation 700 bags 700 Ghana cedi per bag. What they multiply a year 55,200 a year. Your friend say 55,200 bags times a year 700 Ghana cedi. It is a meno say. A monk to force a chair this Christmas in the name of philanthropy to the party executive. A year 38.6 million. Mumusa to force is when you scan away. Mumusa to forcing. So omu opposition, you know, or nyesi can away. And son waba 5,000 in the chair constituency. So 5,000 Ghana cedi. We have 5,000 Ghana cedi. Times a year 276. That gives you about 1.38 million Ghana cedi. And sana every executive biano, your chair no a year, 80 party executives across board. And no say it amounts to if 15 times 2,000 Ghana cedi. It amounts to about 8.2, that is 8.3 million Ghana cedi. The political generosity, no, costed Ghana over 48.3 million. Onyasikani free here. Onyasikano ato forcing. Or more opposition no just catch me party forcer. Because can't wait yes man can because your mama edge fans. Can't wait yes man can because John edge fans. John edge fans. And send ye yes, Sami Jamfin, so serial callers in Yina, our more 276, you know, and this is serial callers, you know, Wama will be 1,500, Wama will be 1,000. In fact, on quite yes, 1,500 every month. If every month, Sami Jamfin 1,500, why your multiplication never 276 a year constituencies, you know, the serial callers a woman, you know, or spending almost about 5 million Ghana cedi a year on these people. Where did they get the money from? No accountability, nothing. What they call 48 million, why it's about 53 million for political spending on these people. Our bread teacher 40 krumua, 53 million in 1 year, or in the name of political philanthropies. Menoka say nurse in your Ghana as waje about 2,500 Ghana cedi. A teacher for a more come see in Jomoka, Wamoji about 2,800 Ghana cedi. It is a medium fine a year to forcing 53 million or must spend it, 53 million Ghana cedi no must spend it just this Christmas on the Assyria callers and the party. Our Muntimi accounted for. It meets your nurse for more than 2,000 a cup for 1 full year. It meets your teacher for more than 1,600 a cup for 1 full year. So right now, when I am asking the pertinent questions that you guys must pay attention to, must pay attention to. Instead of feeding the political machinery, Menoka say, I can bet me a nurse is a 2,000 ka 1 year. And so nurse a 4 came. Mom for the your mama, oh, what's me jenchiapa? Hey, why are you? John, why are the papa? John, ya the pa, or yade. And there are no two ways about it. No two ways about it. And they uncle a teacher for most of my day in Timo.
Ghana should speak for us. Ghana should speak for us. We have nowhere to sleep. yet we are expected to go back to the classrooms to teach. We know it is our responsibility as teachers to go out there to teach. Where do we sleep? Where do we put our heads? The mattress we lie on, we even bought it on credit. Our creditors are after us. Ghana, the whole world, speak for us. The injustice is too much. We are human beings. We have wives, we have children, we have families, and we have responsibilities as well. Where do we begin our life? Should we begin our lives on paying debts? Is that what we wish for ourselves as a country? Ghana, stand up and speak for us.
I say Ghana, stand up and speak for us. Yet me and Yaska de ma party for across board. Nyaga ya tam Ghana sika de ma party for. They cannot account for it. Ya normalizing sim hunu ukrumwa. Kadeche ko kasi siya kadeche na huna maniye. Kadeche Afrifa mensa ko kasi siya ya. Me na me huna maniye. Ya normalizing sim hunu ukrumwa. Ya normalizing sim hunu. Nena dollar bafom. Dollar is udru abochi wa 12 cedi. There be a Bank of Ghana say that thing. Abochi no ukura dollar no nso 12 cedi. Enra ya masese bi enra masese bi amede kutua school fees 12 cedi. E say ohwehwe bi wo Bank of Ghana no a wono say that thing no a unya. Me hu ye ka dollar ba from dia and can be reflecting on goods and services. Enso QNet abanti dollar na ba from enso goods and services da bia woni ni bonus aho. Ose baba yo go down baba yo. Intie market for intie omo.
Here bacha ya chagbo fuso anko. Fuso anko abanchi no. Fuso anko abanchi. Last year by this time. But you back 4 million. Omunyanto. A few 100 cities. Ama boni bay. Ama mle ni mo ndi sifo na musuma asunti asama no. Enyina ya dowa ha. Akuya fon kwa no go fuso ha. Omo back 100 cities no. Obi mpo nu abato. Obi nu abato. Last year by this time, back with 4 million. Omo na mkitango tuko dia tipa ya chozo mpe panchato. Obi anya. Afi mhe banchi 100 cedi. Ni egufie nye fie kutoa, ni egufie no mapa ka gude ma. Imu di sindua wa fomu no.
Se motie ya enyame na America. Enyame na America. Dollar na di aba fom. Obia Nkansah aba fom paper so. Udru paper no so dia dollar na da 10 sa enko ne 10 level. And so for the past 3 months, dollar bia may fa Ghana bia am fa 12. And so you say dollar do 10. Obi so am say wo hin na nke enko gibi. Ohunu. Yes okopa abochi fo ya cho wo mu ne kura dollar so abochi get the dollar. Bank of Ghana get the rate. Ni ade 10 yi pa ye tiri ho sa. Eti meya wo mu exercise sika ko China ko fa China nyoma ba. Wo ma hunu se dollar na da 10 ana menti ase enye yi. Ayi amwatin woni guta ne ayi tag for eti mu ko China no ma hunu se dollar na da 10 ntimba matem nyoma so. E se dollar ne de paper so pe ana da 10. Na nso nya duru fo mo na amwatin ko pe bi dia ko fa nyoma ba onya ne 12 eti nya de obetre nyoma no so. Since I won't tear see the intia, and your man still an boarding. Ne boarding because a tro amemu, kill net ya bine, a memua ye de fracadam a catemonia moon hununiama. Gold board aboka or so mocha, Bank of Ghana aboka or so mocha. I feel ye pianco about gold board, some Fangosha Bank of Ghana. Where's some fancy way? Where's it? He did look at the chief for Mensa, the Baba Somu, Adam DBC. But let me say this once again. MPP munye serious na party no nya kono. Na mon stop esa guy na friend Poyando say why no. From that joke creating the image of the party as if say nkola good you need. You guys should stop him. If you want to continue to do concert within political sphere, only form as the communications officer. Now onkwa ye serial caller na say onkwa ye ono ana de somewhere else. Obo pa onkwa ye ayi appear stadium ni yomani bi. Nobody will have a problem with him if he wants to be a Apia Stadium. Apia Stadium, or ya dia or no betimi ayo, or major party be a position. You cannot occupy such a high office as that of a communications director and begin to do the nonsense you've been doing. As you say, many party, my betting uncle for party, my dear man. We did Okatakyie Afrifa myself. I mean, shall be brief.